Opening up a can of 1998 baseball cards. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, it's that time of the year. It's the Fall Classic. The World Series has started. I'm a little bit late to the party, but I'm going to be giving you my preview, my predictions of what I think is going to happen in the World Series between the two teams. We're going to be enjoying the Grand Slam ham from the Subway Series menu. And at the end, we're going to be doing something real special, okay? We're going to be opening this can of cards from 1998. So, unfortunately, Braves didn't make it past the Phillies this year. You know, it was a great season. I'm thankful the Braves played really, really well. They won their 6th straight division title. I got to see them in person. Absolutely cream the Mets in New York. That one is going to be a memory for a very long time. But I am glad that my girls got to see the, even though the Braves absolutely demolished the Mets did hit a home run, so that my girls did get to see the apple come out there at Citi Field. And, the Braves, they were the best team in the league, but unfortunately, the way that now, honestly, this is going to sound like sour grapes, but the way that the playoff series is set up, it's not fair. They had 5 days off in between when the last game of the season to the game that they played, the first game of the division series against the Phillies. The Phillies are always hot when it comes to the playoffs. They need to figure out a way to stop the Phillies, because for whatever reason, the Phillies lately have just been a thorn in the Braves' side when it comes to the playoffs. And, I got to tip my cap to the Phillies. They played well, but, the hot streak comes to an end as well. And that's what we're going to be getting into here in a second. But first, let's take a look at the Grand Slam ham and what it brings to the table. The new Grand Slam ham delivers heavy-hitting flavor every time. On top of artisan Italian bread is 33% more ham, 2 times provolone, lettuce, tomatoes, I removed those, onions, and mayo. A delicious sub that leaves you feeling satisfied. 33% more meat than a classic sandwich portion. Alright, it's World Series time. We've got the Texas Rangers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm a little bit late to the party. So when this airs, it will be Game 2 of the World Series. Texas leads the series right now 1-0 after a 6-5 win in extra innings. It was led by a Corey Seager game-tying home run and a walk-off home run by Adolis Garcia. Let's take a look at how they fared in the regular season right quick. The Rangers went 90-72. The Diamondbacks went 84-78. The Rangers were the 5th seed in the American League, and the Diamondbacks were the 6th seed in the National League. So, keep that in mind. Now, before we get to the history of these teams in the World Series, let's have some of this Grand Slam ham. It's got some good crunch to it with the lettuce. The bread is a little chewy today. Oh, a little dry. Alright, so it's the Grand Slam ham. There's just 2 times ham and meat, or ham and cheese and lettuce. This is just a fancy ham sandwich, okay? Sure, it's got 2 times more meat, but you could do this at home. I feel like out of the Subway series so far, this is the one that I don't like. I mean, it's good. I'm going to eat it. I got a foot long. I'm going to save that for later when I'm watching Game 2 of the World Series. But this is just basically a fancy ham sandwich from Subway. If you could call it fancy. It's also got the crunch from the red onion too. And I made sure to look at the ingredients this time. because I was not about to eat a sandwich with a tomato on it. Not today. All right. Finish this up. It's a tough one to eat today. Bread's a little dry. Now, we're going to go back 22 years to the last time the Diamondbacks were in the World Series, and that was in 2001. And I remember this series well. The Diamondbacks took on the heavily favored New York Yankees that year. The Diamondbacks won that series 4-3 in what is considered one of the greatest World Series games of all time. This series featured 2 extra inning games and 3 late inning comebacks. Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling were named co-MVPs. I remember watching Game 7 of this series in my brother's dorm when he was in college. And I just remember just the sheer joy for the Diamondbacks, because they were an expansion team. I can't remember when they came into the league. I'm a little rusty on that stat. I think it was, I want to say 1998. So they were a very young franchise, MLB club. So for them to be an expansion team, come in like, what is it, 3-4 years later and win the World Series, that's some awesome stuff. And unfortunately, guess who they beat to advance to the World Series? Yep, you guessed it, the Braves. Unfortunately, the Braves, I have been a Braves fan since I was a little kid. I remember watching them on TBS, ups and downs, 14 straight, division titles, only one World Series win in that. I mean, they went to a few during that stretch, but ultimately they only won one, and then finally they won the second one that I can remember. I don't remember much from the 95 season, but, Chipper was on that team in 95, but I'm thankful that I actually got to see the Braves win a World Series recently. But anyway, back to the 2 teams that are in the World Series this year. The Rangers, on the other hand, have never won the World Series, but they have reached the World Series twice in back-to-back seasons for 2010 and 2011. So we'll start with 2010. They lost that series 4-1 against the San Francisco Giants. And in the 2011 Fall Classic, they lost to the St. Louis Cardinals 4-3. That series is known for the Game 3 blowout where Albert Pujols hit 3 home runs, which was a World Series feat accomplished only by Reggie Jackson and Babe Ruth before him, and subsequently by Pablo Sandoval in 2012, I'm sorry. 2011, I got some sour grapes for that season too. 2011 is actually the first time that I went and saw the Braves play live baseball at Turner Field. That was awesome. Me and Jess, we had been dating for a couple years. She got me tickets. We did a road trip and we went down to Turner Field and watched them play. That was awesome. And then later that season was the infamous infield fly that led the Cardinals to beat the Braves. You can't really... There's no such thing as an infield fly when the ball is fucking halfway to left field, but I digress. So last year, the Diamondbacks finished 4th in the NL West with a record of 74-88, and the Rangers finished 4th in the AL West with a record of 68-94. So for them to have a complete 180 from being absolute dumpster fires to playing for the World Series trophy is amazing in itself. So where do I stand with this series, you might ask? Both teams are really good. They got power hitters up and down the lineup. They got speed up and down the lineup. Honestly, I would love to have some of these players on my team, on the Braves, but we're pretty much locked up for quite a while. Wouldn't mind adding some speed like a Corbin Carroll, or some power like a Corey Seager or a Adolis Garcia. But you know what? We got plenty of power with Matt Olson and Austin Riley and guys like that. But I'm happy with our lineup. Like I said, I would like to add a little bit more speed on the base paths, but that's neither here or there because you know what? Like I said, Braves are pretty much locked up for a very long time. So where do I stand with this? Let's take a look at the... I also got the bracket here for this season. We had the number 1 seed. We're going to start in the American League. The number 1 seed was the Orioles. The number 2 seed was the Houston Astros. The number 3 seed was the Twins. The number 4 seed was the Tampa Bay Rays. The number 5 seed was the Texas Rangers. And the number 6 seed was the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Rangers beat the Tampa Bay Rays, and they went on to beat the Orioles, and then they went on to beat the Astros, and now they're currently favored to win the World Series at -175. And then on the NL side, the Braves were the number 1 seed, which I'm pretty sure the Braves had the best record in baseball. They were the best team in baseball. I am sure about that. The number 2 seed was the Los Angeles Dodgers. Number 3 seed was the Milwaukee Brewers. The number 4 seed was the Phillies. The number 5 seed was the Florida Marlins. And then the Miami Marlins. I'm sorry, I went back in time there for a second. And then the number 6 seed was the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the Diamondbacks beat the Brewers. They beat the Dodgers. And then they ended up beating the Phillies. And currently they sit at plus 145 odds to win the World Series. That's because they're down 1-0. But looking at that, this offseason, or this postseason, was pretty damn stacked, I gotta say. These were really good teams. All of them played really well. Looking at this, the Rangers are already up 1-0. And I'm not just saying this because they're up 1-0, but it's hard because, like, the Diamondbacks are on the National League side. I'd like a National League team to win, but at the same time, I'd like to see the Texas Rangers actually win their first World Series. I think that would be pretty cool that they could do that. They're up. They already got a pretty good head start right now, the 1-0. I could see this going 7 games, but you never know if because a 6-5 game. That's some good hitting. That's some good pitching. And, both these teams match up pretty well. So I'm going to go with, it's hard. I did tweet out that I'm on the Arizona Diamondbacks bandwagon till the end of this season. I've been a lifelong Arizona Diamondbacks fan since the Braves lost their series. But I'm going to go with the Rangers, just simply based on the fact that they have never won a World Series. I'd like to see it, when it boils down to it, I want to see the team that has never actually hoisted the pennant. You know what I mean? Like, it's time for the Texas Rangers to win. This game's going all 7. It's going to be a absolute heavyweight bout, and I'm here for it. And I'm out of all of the potential matchups that didn't involve the Braves, this is the best one, in my opinion. The Diamondbacks and the Rangers. Rangers win it all. I'm not going to give you a score prediction because I have no clue. But I'll give you an MVP prediction. Corey Seager. All right, so now that we've done the World Series talk, let's finish off the Grand Slam ham and let's get to the can of cards. I want a big glob of freaking mayo on my face. forget to pack a lunch, good choice. Tasted like a lunch sandwich. Alright, here we go. I actually have this tin, this very tin, the same one at my parents' house in me and my brother's room, with my dog Chipper Jones on there. And I don't remember what cards came in it. I have no clue. This is a Pinnacle 1998. The only baseball card in a can. Product facts: serving size 10 cards. Servings per container 1. Collectability 100%. Top players 100%. Inside info 100%. Cool inserts 100%. Across the production run, approximate odds of finding an insert are stand-up guys 50 cards 1-1. Club edition 150 cards 1-7. Behind the numbers 20 cards 1-23. Inside gold can 24 cans 24 cans. Inside gold can 24 cans 147. Diamond edition 150 cards 167. Patent pending. Major League Baseball trademarks and copyrights are used with permission of Major League Baseball properties. I don't have such permission. But guess what? I don't care. MLB PA, official licensee of Major League Baseball Players Association. Copyright 1998 Pinnacle Trading Card Company, product of USA. There's the customer service line, Pinnacle brands. I honestly don't I haven't collected cards in a long time. I have a whole bunch sitting at home. I don't know if Pinnacle is still a company anymore for trading card cans. But I will be back in one short second. Alright. Open with adult supervision. I don't know if I... Nope. No twisting that off. I came prepared. Got my can opener. So here we go. Opening up a can of 1998 baseball cards. Oops. There we go. And there's our baseball cards. Alright, Chipper, my man. Let's see what we got in here. We got a Mark Grace. Not bad, not bad. I remember watching him on WGN when I watched the Braves play the Cubs. Brad Fulmer. Don't remember that guy. Probably because he's a rookie. This is a rookie card. Brad Fulmer, first base. Huh. Todd Hundley, catcher. Antone Williamson. Hey, just in time for the Houston Astros to be eliminated. Craig Biggio. Actually, he was one of my favorite players growing up. Besides Chipper, I remember he used to have a big wad of chaw in his mouth, and I used to imitate him a lot when I was a kid. And I also saw his restaurant when I was down in Houston. I saw Minute Maid Park, and they have a restaurant called Biggio's, so that's pretty cool. Livan Hernandez from the Florida Marlins. Ooh, this is a cool card. Stand up, guys. But I don't have the other card that goes into it because I'm not quite sure which player that is, but there's a Cincinnati Red. Who is that? Doesn't say. Then there's Nomar Garciaparra. I think that's Pudge Rodriguez there. And then Derek Jeter. So this one, there would be another card. You would stand it up, and then it would do that. Raul Ibanez, hopefully I said that right. My guy, my dude, Bobby Bonilla, who shares the day, Bobby Bonilla Day, is the day that my Brycey was born. So she was born on Bobby Bonilla Day. And then we got a Brave in here. Greg Maddux, one of my favorite pitchers of all time. And then inside trivia. This player won state titles in 2 different states at 2 different levels at junior baseball. Name him. Was it A. King Griffey Jr., B. Chipper Jones, C. Cal Ripken Jr., or D. Brett Boone? 30 seconds. The answer is Cal Ripken Jr. Ripken's Asheville team won the North Carolina Little League title, and his Aberdeen team won the Maryland Mickey. There you have it. We have opened a can of 1998 Pinnacle baseball cards. Don't know if they're worth jack shit, but it's still cool to see what cards were inside this can. Can's going back up on the shelf. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been my World Series preview. Me enjoying the Grand Slam ham from Subway, and opening up this can of cards. And hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you again real soon. Peace! I'm out of here.